White would do for me.
You know your problem, Evan. You think this is some sort of democracy where everyone's equal and sergeants make coffee for constables.
Mount Thomas Police, Constable Parrish speaking.
Even when the constable in question has tickets to BB King?
Even then?
Well, he's playing in Melbourne next week.
Yeah, I think I remember reading that somewhere.
We could make a night of it, you know. Dinner, show, nice hotel.
Constable Jones.
All right, Sophie, just stay there with
We'll
us.
talk about it later.
Okay.
That always means yes.
Not when I say it.
A young girl's been attacked at the primary school.
Evan, let's go.
Hey, Charlotte, I'm Jonesy and this is Tess.
It's Charlie.
Are you hurt?
Nope, I could run faster than that old bag any day.
Can you tell us what happened?
She was at the front gate. She was waiting for a friend.
This lady came up to me and started asking me a whole heap of questions.
Like what?
Like what my name was, when I was born, if I liked to dance, stupid stuff like that.
Did you answer her?
I'm not dehydrated, not like the other girls.
Well, so she's spoken to other kids.
She's been hanging around for ages, just looking at us.
What did you do?
I just looked at her like she was mental and hightailed it away. I didn't want to get slashed.
Slashed?
She pulled out a pair of scissors. She was gonna stab me.
Well?
Turns out this woman's been hanging around the primary school for the last few days.
Why hasn't she been reported before this?
Well, none of the kids thought to mention it. She hasn't been a threat until today.
What was she doing?
Mostly just watching the kids. She talked to some of the girls.
About what?
None of them could remember, mostly small talk.
They all said she was very friendly.
Pedophiles usually are. That's how they get the kids to cooperate.
But no physical contact until today.
No.
Does she have a car?
Well, not that anyone saw. Well,
If she was a local, surely one of the kids would have recognised her.
What's her description?
it's a bit all over the place. I mean, anywhere between 140 to 180 centimetres, anywhere from 20s to 50s.
But all the girls agreed that she had long brown hair and a blue handbag.
All right, we'll do a door knock. Stuart can check the accommodation houses, and we'll do a patrol at the school at lunchtime and after school, but go softly. We don't want to start a panic.
It's a bit late for that.
Our suspect has been asking questions all over town.
About what?
Well, she had a picture from a Melbourne newspaper with her.
Sophie gave us this. A team of girls represented the school at an Eisteddfod in Melbourne last month.
And this is the photo this woman's been showing around.
Well, it has to be.
She's been asking questions about the girl on the top right.
Charlotte Persick. Charlie. Mr. and Mrs. Persick.
What's going on?
Ah, Charlotte.
Charlie.
Charlie. This woman you told us about, have you seen her before?
I think I'd remember a psycho woman.
You didn't run into her when you were down doing the Eisteddfod in Melbourne?
No.
You're absolutely sure?
Asked and answered.
Don't be cheeky, love.
It's all right.
Charlie, how would you like to come and have a look around the station with me?
So they can talk about me behind my back?
You got it, kiddo. Come on.
You have to tell us what's going on.
We were hoping you might shed some light.
Do you have any idea why this woman would want to single Charlie out?
None whatsoever.
No one making any prank calls, any strangers hanging around?
No?
Nothing out of the ordinary happened while you were in Melbourne at this Eisteddfod.
We had a terrific time. The girls won. They got in the paper.
No fighting among the other teams? Something that might have upset a rival parent?
There were no bad feelings at all. Everyone was in great spirits.
Do you mind if I ask, are you well off?
We make a living.
What are you thinking, kidnap attempt?
We're trying to pinpoint this woman's motives. It's unlikely she popped out of the blue for no reason.
You're so bad at this.
Come on, love.
Back to school?
Not today.
Everyone's going to want to hear about my brush with Dad.
I'm sure they'll ring you after school. Come on.
I'm going tomorrow.
We'll talk about it later.
Always means yes.
You'll be in touch?
Of course.
Bye, hopeless knuckle player.
Yeah, see you, Charlie. Maybe we should suggest they move out of home for a while.
This woman doesn't even know Charlotte's name, let alone where she
Well,
lives.
she's showing that picture around town. It's only a matter of time before someone recognises Charlie.
Then we'd better find her first, hadn't we?
You got great reflexes for a cop.
Evan.
Oh, Becky, hi.
Hi.
Did you want to join us?
No, thanks. But I would like to catch up.
Yeah, sure.
Give me a call.
I'd love to.
Who's that?
Just a friend.
Friend. So you went out into the woods.
A couple of times, it just fizzled out.
Does she know that?
Joe, can you leave it?
Oh, come on, have a bit of fun. I'm gonna get another drink.
Don't worry about her.
I knew about you and Becky.
Oh, you did?
Don't walk around with my eyes shut.
Oh, checking out your competition.
Gossip falls into your lap in this town, and she's no competition.
Oh, so you reckon you've won me?
Stop twisting things.
No, you're jealous.
If you believe that, then you don't know me at all.
Oh, I know you.
You know me.
I knew you wouldn't come to Melbourne. Not because you didn't want to, but because of how it looks.
I don't care what people think. Anyway, who says I'm not coming to see BB King?
But you're not, are you?
I do like the man.
BB or me?
BB, for now. We'll see about you when we get to Melbourne.
Good.
Guernsey.
G'day, Charlie. Walk you to class?
Here I am with my police escort.
I'm surprised your parents allowed you to come today.
I've got dance class this morning. They wouldn't have the guts to make me miss it.
You're pretty good at getting your own way, aren't you?
Yeah, I told them, if I hide now, I'll be hiding for the rest of my life. Good, hey? Coming through important police business.
A bit of a celebrity around here.
The phone rang all night. Everybody wants to sit with me. All the girls want to join my girl club.
Well, the more the merrier, right?
The club room isn't big enough. I've only got one key left. Do you want it?
I thought it was supposed to be girls only.
You can be our mascot.
Well, I'm honoured.
Hey, it's busted.
Hey, don't.
What is that?
Charlie, have you seen this before?
It's the small brown bear with the tartan collar.
I told you she'd find out Charlotte's name.
That's the one. Well, the manufacturer stopped making it 5 years ago.
Some stores could hold on to stock for years.
Yeah, but I'd have to ring every toy shop in the state to find out.
Don't bother, just got a print off it.
Megan Crane, charged twice with being unlawfully on premises, and both at primary schools.
Recently?
18 months and 2 years ago. And there's more.
Oh, the poor woman.
Okay, don't do anything
with a
we'll be right there.
motive.
Got her. She's staying at the B&B on Hetherington Way.
Megan Crane?
Yes.
We'd like you to come down to the police station to answer a couple of questions, please.
It's in regard to an unlawful assault with a weapon.
It wasn't like that.
Down at the station, please.
Sure, I'll just get my coat from the car.
Keep an eye on her. What is it about you and schools, Mrs. Crane? You've been warned before to keep away from where children gather. Do you like scaring young girls?
No.
We know what happened 10 years ago. We know about your past, that your 3-month-old baby was stolen. It must be hard seeing young girls the same age as your daughter would be now.
Is that why you want to hurt them?
No. I'd never harm any child.
You tried to stab a young girl yesterday.
It wasn't like that.
Well, how was it? Let's start with the soft toy in the locker. What was that about? You don't have a right to stalk or to harm or to frighten other people's children because yours died.
Isabel. Her name is Isabel. And she didn't die. Read it. The police always believed my Isabel was still alive, and she is. She's so beautiful.
Who are you talking about? You believe you found her, don't you, Mrs. Crane?
I know I have. Charlotte Persick is my Isabel. I found her. It was July 1992. I had to do the mail for my husband's business. Isabel was asleep in her pram. It was hard getting it up the steps. I was only going to be a second.
So you left her outside?
Sound asleep in her pram with her favourite little teddy.
When someone just took her.
They searched for a long time, but they called it off eventually.
But not you. You've been searching 10 years?
I got a job with a media monitoring company. Had to read every newspaper in the country. And finally, there she was.
Charlotte.
Isabel.
Is that how you found the girls at the other schools?
Yes.
So you've been wrong twice before.
Oh, not this time. Well, with the other girls, I knew the minute I saw them face to face they weren't Isabel. When I looked into her eyes yesterday,
We see what we want to see.
If I'd just gotten some of her hair, I could prove this to you.
Or is that what you were doing with the scissors?
I only wanted a small strand. I didn't mean to scare her.
It wouldn't have worked. You need the hair from the roots to test for DNA. And permission.
I doubt very much the kidnappers who have her would agree to it.
Mr. and Mrs. Persick aren't kidnappers. They're Charlotte's parents.
If you just look into it, you'll see.
We can't do that based on what you're telling us.
I am telling you, she is my daughter.
You last saw Isabel when she was 3 months old, Mrs. Crane.
Who would you say that is?
That looks like Charlotte. It's not, is it?
It's a photo of me, taken when I was 10 years old.
Well, you can tell her she's wrong and send her on her way.
See, it might not be that easy. She's come this far. She might not go away without some sort of proof.
But she attacked Charlotte. What right has she got to dictate to us?
Hey, Jonesy,
Oh, g'day, Charlie.
watch this.
River dance, right?
Can you give us a moment, please, Charlotte? Charlie?
What sort of proof?
We're hoping that a copy of Charlotte's birth certificate will be enough to convince her.
No, absolutely not. She is not entitled.
But if it means you get rid of her...
You're the police. You're supposed to protect innocent children, so work it out some other way. John, no. I will not let her into our lives like this. She's not entitled.
This is too important. Here.
Thanks.
Charlotte Smith. Mother Louise Smith.
Louise was my sister. Charlotte's biological mother. She died when Charlotte was a baby.
They lived in Adelaide. After the accident, we brought her back here with us. We've raised her as our own.
Did you adopt her?
We were granted custody and guardianship. We've got those papers too.
Charlotte doesn't know, and we don't want her to find out this way.
Mum?
Oh, darling.
Get rid of her.
I'm not going anywhere without my daughter.
Charlotte isn't your daughter. She's not Isabel. We've seen all the relevant papers.
Papers can be forged.
Not this time.
I want to see them.
You're in no position to make demands. We didn't have to investigate this far.
You think you've investigated? Why don't you see if the Persicks were in Footscray, July 18th, 1992?
Was that the day that Isabel was taken?
The last time I saw her until now.
It was 10 years ago. People changed.
She's my
Especially
flesh and
kids.
blood. You think I wouldn't know her, even after 50 years.
It's time for you to put it behind you and to get on with your life.
Isabel is my life. I lost my husband. My friends trickled away to none. I didn't care, because I knew I'd find her one day.
This isn't the day. Case is closed.
I think we need to investigate further.
Jones, if the sergeant says it's over, it's over.
Think about what this is doing to Charlotte's parents. There is nothing worse than the threat of losing a child.
Well, if everything's legit, then there is no threat.
Requested a missing persons report.
We can't just dismiss it out of hand, Sarge.
Thank you.
Sure.
Yes, nothing we didn't already know. Few clues and no suspects in the disappearance of Isabel Crane.
Well, all that tells me is there's a whole heap of loose ends that
The
we
only
need to
loose
tie up.
end, Jones, is Megan Crane leaving Mount Thomas.
Well, I doubt she will.
Jonesy, it's Becky for you.
Becky. Yeah, hi. All right, I'll see you at the Imperial. Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Sarge, I've just got to step out for a tip.
On police business?
Well, not exactly, but I won't be long.
probably get the lunches.
What? You're actually offering?
Are you sure?
G'day, Joe. Hey, Chris. Be with you in a tick.
But we were careful.
Not careful enough, obviously.
So you're going to keep it?
I don't know. I know I don't want to do this on my own.
Yeah, but are you sure it's mine? I'm sorry, Becky. I'm just not thinking straight.
I know. I've had a few days to get used to the idea.
Yeah, just need time to get my head around this. Hadn't really planned on becoming a father yet.
Joe?
Parish, what in God's name happened to this pie?
Well, I've had a bit of an accident. The only one.
Joe. I know this might seem like the impossible task, but can you please keep this to yourself?
Is she going to keep it?
I don't know.
What sort of idiot lets this happen in the age of safe sex?
We were safe,
Well, then, Jonesy, it isn't yours.
but there was only me.
So she says.
Joe, this isn't any of your business, so can you keep your mouth shut?
Oh, well. What are you going to do?
Police
I don't know.
speaking.
Didn't really fit into my plans for the future.
We'll be right there.
No, I bet it didn't.
Jones, Megan Crane didn't leave town.
I'm your mother, darling. Please listen to me.
Mrs. Crane, please.
You're mine. Mine, Mrs. Crane.
You're not! My real mother's dead! She's dead!
Come on. This photo, it's of you as a baby. Compare it to the ones you've got. You'll know who you really are.
You're hurting her. Look, she's afraid. No, that's not what you want.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean... Oh, don't be afraid of me.
Leave us alone.
Let's go.
This order prohibits you from having any contact with Charlotte Persick. You must not go within 500 metres of her school or her home or communicate with her in any way.
What did Isabel mean her real mother's dead?
If you breach this order, you can be arrested and charged. Do you understand that?
The Persicks aren't her natural parents, are they?
Do you understand that?
They've admitted it. You know I'm not lying. You believe me now.
If you breach this order, you could go to jail.
I've been in jail for the past 10 years. You think this is going to stop me?
Thanks for your support.
Did you see that photo she gave Charlotte?
No, I don't need to.
It looked like the baby in the photos at Charlotte's home.
Babies often look alike.
Not this much alike.
Jones, I know you feel sorry for Megan Crane. It's hard not to. But you're letting it cloud your judgment.
We don't even know anything about Louise Smith. How do we know that Charlotte's even her daughter?
We've seen the birth certificate.
Well, as Megan Crane said, papers can be forged.
Is that a possibility?
No.
Or it could have been some kind of stupid mix-up. You know, the Persicks could have taken custody of the wrong baby.
She was family, Evan.
I find it very hard to believe that Mrs. Crane actually stumbled on the right child.
Either way, I think she deserves a concrete answer. G'day, Charlie.
Hi.
Let's go and hang out the washing.
What's the latest?
Well, we've served the intervention order on Mrs. Crane. She's been charged and bailed.
Do you think she'll go to jail?
Probably not.
Our whole life has been turned upside down. There's nothing you can do to stop it.
Well, that's why I'm here. Perhaps we should try and give her some conclusive evidence.
But we did that.
Well, certificates aren't satisfying her, but a DNA test will.
I beg your pardon.
It could resolve all of this.
Oh, how dare you.
Now, put yourself in Mrs. Crane's shoes. Her daughter didn't die. She's had no period of grieving.
Well, why the hell should we, huh? We didn't start this.
It'd put an end to any doubts.
We have no doubts.
Well, then do the test. It's just a mouth swab. It won't hurt.
That's not the point.
Well, what is? That Mrs. Crane might be right?
You stay away from my family.
You brought this on yourself, by the sounds of things.
Look, Charlie has the right to know where she came from. Believe me, there's nothing worse than not knowing.
But they do.
They can't be sure what Louise Smith got up to 10 years ago, and neither can we until we look into it.
If I agree to this and let you investigate it further, will you let it go?
That depends on what I find. Tess.
Yeah?
There's something that I gotta tell you.
What's this about Jones being... Oh, wonderful.
Yes, we're handling it, boss. I'll talk to Mr. Persick.
I thought the case was closed.
I just reopened it.
Thanks anyway.
More than we were hoping for.
Criminal records from South Australia can't help you. There are no priors for Louise Smith from Adelaide.
Spoke to the copper who attended Louise's smash. It was a head-on with a drunk driver, not her fault.
Was there a baby in the car?
Yeah, that's why he remembers it. The kid was screaming in the back seat. Really shook him up.
Well, what was the date of the crash?
August.
So after Isabel went missing?
Here we are. Charlotte Smith's birth certificate. It's authentic.
I had those custody and guardianship papers validated too.
So there's nothing to disprove the Persick side of things. I reckon you should let it go.
Not until we know where Louise Smith was on the day Isabel Crane went missing.
John, she already had a baby. There's no question. But why would she steal another one?
Because hers died. Another page from Births, Deaths and Marriages. This is the death certificate for baby Charlotte Smith.
This death certificate is for the child who was born to your sister Louise in May 1992. She died of SIDS, July the 3rd, the same year.
No, this is all because you are siding with a mad woman.
No, it's not.
Listen to me. All Charlotte's done ever since that woman started all this is cry. She is scared out of her mind. She has questions. Nothing makes any sense to her anymore. And now you want me to tell her that she doesn't exist.
Mrs. Persick.
You people don't know what you're doing.
Please, Mrs. Persick, I know you wish your life could go on the way it was, but it's not going to be possible anymore. Please.
While this makes it pretty clear that Charlotte is not your sister's daughter, we still don't know if she and Isabel Crane are the same person.
So do you know whether your sister was in Melbourne in July 92?
I spoke to her around then. She was very distressed.
And was this after the 3rd of July?
I can't remember.
Did she say why she was upset?
I assumed it was because of the baby. The father was a scumbag. He didn't want to know about Charlotte. Why wouldn't she tell me what she was going through?
Did Louise end up visiting?
I was planning a dinner for Mum's 60th birthday on the 19th. She said she'd join us and that she was going to come a bit early.
When did you next hear from her?
She called from Melbourne, said that she was on her way. She was nearly here. But she never showed.
Why?
She called from Adelaide. She changed her mind about coming. I was mad with her for letting Mum down.
You don't happen to know the date she was in Melbourne, do you?
It was the day before Mum's birthday. The 18th.
The day Isabel was taken.
I knew it would happen. I knew that if I just kept looking, that somehow, somewhere, we'd find each other.
Well, it's still not definite.
Of course it is. I know it, and you know it too.
The Persicks are going to fight you every inch of the way, so it might be wise to get some legal
Yes,
advice.
of course, whatever it takes to get her back. Do you think I'll be granted permission for DNA testing?
Probably. We have to warn you that the conditions of your intervention order still stand.
Oh, well, I won't put a foot wrong now.
It could be months or even years for the courts to reach some kind of decision, and they might be reluctant to take Charlotte away from the Persicks.
Oh, what court would keep a child away from her mother?
Just don't get your hopes up.
Oh, my search is over. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for all you've done.
Hi.
Called me sooner than I expected. Most guys would be interstate by now.
I'm not running away. I want to be a part of this kid's life.
How much of a part?
Well, a big one. I want to be its father. You know, I don't want him to be screwed up over who he is. Or she.
That's perfect. That's what I want too.
So between the two of us, we should be able to raise a decent sort of kid, don't you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon.
I've just had Mrs. Crane's solicitor on the phone. Apparently you suggested that she find one.
I explained her rights.
Did you also push her to apply for permission to do DNA testing on Charlotte?
No, she brought that up.
Oh, well, the request has been granted.
Already?
Apparently there's enough evidence and information for the order to go through immediately. The sample will be taken tomorrow.
Well, best to get it over and done with then.
I've asked if her doctor can do the test here, make it easier on the girl.
Did the court agree?
Oh, yes. But the Persicks are refusing to cooperate. We've been asked to use our powers of persuasion.
We won't allow it.
Mr. Persick, whatever the test results show, it doesn't mean...
I don't care what the test results show. She is our daughter.
And the courts will take into consideration that you're the only family Charlotte's ever known.
They might not. They might give her to that woman.
Charlotte will have a say. She's of an age where they'll listen to what she wants.
Don't you pretend to care, you bloody hypocrite.
How can finding out the truth not be the best thing? For everyone.
You sided with that woman right from the start. I bet this is your doing.
I followed the law.
And what has that achieved? Putting a 10-year-old through tests, going to court, her security gone.
We won't allow it.
I understand how you feel, but the courts are going to get their way in the end. They can force the test. It's not going to be pleasant for Charlotte.
So we've got no choice.
Not in the long run.
She's an innocent child. And none of us can protect her.
Jonesy,
Hey, mate.
that lady, she's not going to take me away, is she?
Charlie. I don't.
I don't know her. You won't let her take me, will you? Jonesy, I'm scared.
It will all work out for the best. Tess?
The Persicks have agreed to a DNA test tomorrow.
That's a switch.
I think they realise it's inevitable.
Well, how did Charlie take it?
I doubt that she fully understands the ramifications.
I think she does.
Yeah, well, whatever happens, she's in for a tough time for a while.
I'll go and get some drinks in. Could you give me a hand?
What?
Could we go up to my room? I just need you to myself for a while.
We'll have plenty of time to be alone in Melbourne.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Becky.
Did he tell you our news?
Becky, not now.
We're having a baby. We're going to be a family.
Oh, that's great. Well, congratulations.
Yes.
Guys, guess what? Evan is going to be a dad.
Hey,
Congratulations, James. When's the wedding?
Becky, you've misunderstood.
No, I haven't. You stood here this afternoon and told me we'd be in this together.
Yeah, but I never said that we'd be together.
Yes, you did.
Becky, I'm sorry.
Get away.
I want to explain.
But what?
The baby doesn't have to change anything between you and me.
There's nothing to change.
We were going somewhere. This weekend was...
Two colleagues going to a concert.
It was more than that, and you know it.
Well, I'm sorry if you got the wrong idea. I don't think I can make it, by the way. Late again, Joe.
Charlotte Persick is missing.
Have you got any idea what time she went missing?
She wasn't in her bed this morning, that's all I know. I came in and I saw that.
So it happened sometime during the night?
She was in bed with us at first. She was so worried about the test and what it might mean for us. John finally put her back into her bed about 3.
Any time from 3 a.m. till...
I found her gone at 7.
Where's your husband now?
Oh, he's out looking for our daughter, of course.
I can't be sure, but it looks like this has been cut with scissors.
It's that woman. She's taken her.
We don't know that.
We'll pick her up. Let us know when crime scene get here.
What's going on?
Through here, Mrs. Crane.
What is this? Why am I here?
Any word from PJ?
Not yet. No other suspects.
Where is she? What?
Charlotte's missing.
Looks like she was taken from her bed during the night.
Look, I've supported you throughout this whole thing, and if you've gone and taken her...
No, I wouldn't harm her. She's my daughter.
But you have to fight for her in court first. Sure you didn't want to shortcut that process?
No, I swear to you, why would I jeopardise everything now? You're wasting time with me. Find her. Find my Isabel.
I believe her.
You would.
No, she's right. Everything's going her way. She'd be mad to pull a stunt like this.
Maybe she is mad, Jones. Have you ever stopped to consider that?
Mount Thomas 509 to Mount Thomas 900.
Mount Thomas 900 receiving. Go ahead, PJ.
The flywire's been cut from the inside and some of her stuff is missing too.
So it's not a kidnap.
But we could be looking for a runaway.
Receive that 509. Keep us informed.
All right, she can't have gone far on foot. Contact all her friends, visit the neighbouring properties, get a list of names from the Persics.
Maybe this is all their idea.
I doubt that.
What if they couldn't bear the thought of putting her through that test today?
What, so they staged a kidnap?
John Persick wasn't there this morning.
He was out looking for Charlie.
It's easier to swallow than a 10-year-old thinking up a plot like this.
She's bright.
You are so involved, you can't see straight.
Did Charlotte say anything about where she likes to hang out?
You had the most contact with her.
Yeah, but I didn't pay any attention to her. I was so busy thinking that I knew what was best for her. Let's go.
What sort of place are we looking for?
A clubhouse. But you're a girl. Where would the A group want to hang?
I reckon I'd like some privacy. Some of the teachers wouldn't be able to spot them. Charlie! Charlie!
Charlie, are you up there?
Get lost.
Go on.
So this is the famous all-girl clubhouse. Can I come in? I got my key.
Can't stop you.
Charlie, I know how you feel. Everything you've believed in up until now is different.
I hate you. You pretended to be my friend.
I thought I was being your friend, all right? I thought I knew what you were going through.
You don't know anything.
Well, what's happening to you, well, it happened to me too. A couple of years ago, I found out that my dad had adopted me. So I know how frightened you are. But you're not alone. Your mum and dad love you, Charlie. And they're not going to let you go. So let me take you to them.
No.
If you hide now, you'll be hiding for the rest of your life. A brainy little 10-year-old told me that once. I know I've let you down, but can you give me a chance to make it up to you? Please, Charlie. I promise I'm on your side.
Mum!
Oh, we were so worried. What were you thinking?
I got Jonesy to put her in jail.
Charlie figured that we'd suspect Mrs. Crane of kidnapping and all the troubles would be over.
Oh, sweetie.
Can I speak with you a second?
I suppose we should put the DNA test off for a while. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Isabel just needs more time to get used to the idea.
Her name is Charlotte, Mrs. Crane. That's who she is, Charlotte Persick.
She's my daughter. The DNA will prove it.
Yeah, it probably will. But what else will it achieve? It won't make her stop loving the Persicks. And it won't suddenly make her look upon you as a mother.
I've been searching for 10 years.
And now you found her, and you know she's okay. She's had a happy life. She's loved. You can fight for her, and you may very well win. Megan, you love her, there's no doubt.
I do.
Well, you just got to work out how much you love her. Can you wait a moment? Mrs. Crane has something she'd like to say. And don't worry, Charlie. I keep my promises.
Charlotte, please don't be frightened of me. I just want to say goodbye. But I do want you to remember my face. And to remember that I have always loved you. I'll never stop loving you.
You don't want me back?
I want you to always be happy.
I'll wait. It's me.
Thank you.
Mrs. Crane.
Do you reckon Charlie will be screwed up over what's happened?
No, not in the long run. The truth sets us free.
What's that?
Don't know, I'm way ahead of myself, you know. The kid's only about that big, but I just couldn't resist.
You really want this, don't you?
Yeah. You know, it'd be nice to have someone to belong to. And who belongs to me? Anyway, see ya.
Yeah, see ya. See ya.
Becky.
Hi.
G'day, Dave. Jonesy. I was going to come over tonight. I've got something to start the collection.
Evan, can you give us a minute?
Sure.
I had an ultrasound this afternoon.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, it's fine. It's just a bit bigger than I was expecting. It's not yours. It's David's. We went out before you and I. I'm sorry.
How can you be sure it's not mine?
The ultrasound, and I double-checked my dates. I didn't set out to trick you. I honestly believed it was yours. And I guess I wanted it to be.
Lucky David.
We're going to try and do it together. Be a family.
Becky, I hope you're all really happy. Here you are.
Shouldn't you be out wetting the baby's head or something?
It's not mine.
I'm sorry.
So I don't suppose this changes anything between you and me?
I don't suppose.
Well, it didn't really take that much, did it? I mean, all you needed was an excuse and one fell right into your lap.
You were never going to work.
No, not with you spending the entire time searching for the exit signs. If it wasn't the baby, it would have been something else.
Probably right. Just lock up on your way out, would you?